Manchester United are understood to be weighing up a significant financial commitment if they are to secure the services of Harry Kane in 2026. The prolific striker's contract at Bayern Munich contains a release clause which would demand a hefty outlay from any Premier League suitor hoping to lure him back to English football. In recent days, speculation has gathered pace that Kane may well be preparing for life away from Bavaria. Having plied his trade in Germany for 3 seasons, the England captain is said to be open to embarking upon a fresh chapter in his illustrious career. Reports circulating across the continent suggest that Kane harbours a strong desire to return home. His ambition of lifting the Premier League trophy remains undimmed, while the lure of eclipsing Alan Shearer's long-standing record as the division's all-time leading goalscorer continues to drive him forward. Amongst the clubs linked with a move for the 33-year-old, Manchester United have emerged as one of the more serious contenders. The Red Devils are thought to view Kane as the ideal figure to spearhead their attack as they seek to re-establish themselves as a genuine force at the summit of English football. Yet, securing Kane's signature will not be a straightforward affair. Sources indicate that Bayern have inserted a release clause into his deal, and any English side hoping to prize him away from the Allianz Arena will be required to meet its terms. According to ggmu, the clause stipulates that if Kane is purchased by a Premier League club, Bayern must sanction his departure for a sum in the region of £57 million. While the figure is considered sizable for a player already into his 30s, it nonetheless represents a relatively rare opportunity to obtain a striker of his caliber at a fixed price. There is recognition, however, that such an investment carries risk. Many within the game argue that parting with nearly £60 million for a player on the wrong side of 30 could prove extravagant. Nevertheless, United appear undeterred and are believed to be preparing the groundwork for formal negotiations. The Old Trafford hierarchy are reportedly convinced that Kane's arrival could prove transformative. For close to a decade, the England skipper has delivered 20-goal seasons with unfailing consistency, a level of output that few others in world football can boast. Were United to install Kane at the tip of their attack, the feeling is that Erik ten Hag's men could finally possess the firepower necessary to mount a sustained title challenge. The Red Devils have at times lacked ruthlessness in front of goal, and Kane's predatory instincts could be the missing ingredient. Beyond his immediate impact on the pitch, Kane is also viewed as a potential mentor. With Benjamin Eko tipped as a striker for the future, United are keen for the Slovenian youngster to learn alongside a proven leader whose professionalism is admired throughout the game. The club's recruitment strategy, therefore, is not solely about the here and now. Kane's presence could serve to bridge generations, providing both the goals to fuel a title bid and the guidance to shape the next wave of attacking talent. Even so, patience will be required. Kane is not expected to make any definitive decisions regarding his club future in the short term. His immediate focus remains firmly fixed on international duty with England. The 2026 World Cup looms large, and sources close to the player suggest he is determined to give his full attention to Gareth Southgate's squad before contemplating personal matters. Only once the tournament in North America has concluded will Kane be ready to engage in discussions about his next move. For Manchester United, that means a waiting game. While the prospect of seeing Kane in red is enticing, the club must hold their nerve and bide their time, aware that patience could ultimately reap handsome rewards. Should the stars align, United may finally land the proven goalscorer they have craved for so long, a figure capable not only of breaking records, but of leading a proud footballing institution back towards the pinnacle of English and European competition. The future of Rubenamorim as Manchester United manager is increasingly hanging by a thread. A run of poor results in the Premier League has left the Portuguese tactician under severe pressure, with questions mounting over his ability to steady the ship at Old Trafford. This atmosphere of uncertainty has inevitably reignited speculation surrounding a potential change in the dugout. The name most prominently linked with the role is that of Xavi Hernandez, the former Barcelona boss, whose credentials and stature have already made him a serious candidate in the eyes of many observers. Indeed, it is understood that the Spanish legend has even put himself forward as a replacement should United's hierarchy decide to cut ties with Amorim. His readiness to step in reflects the growing sense that Amorim's tenure may not last much longer unless fortunes on the pitch improve dramatically. According to reports from BBC Sport, The Manchester United board are, for the moment at least, standing by their manager. Publicly, the club continue to insist that Amorim retains their backing. Yet such assurances are often precarious in elite football, and a continuation of disappointing results could swiftly erode that support. For a club of United stature, boasting one of the richest histories in world football, prolonged mediocrity is not an acceptable option. Fans demand both consistency and direction, and patience is rarely a luxury afforded to managers whose teams underperform. This makes the links with Xavi all the more intriguing. As one of the most decorated midfielders in modern football, and a coach who has already lifted the La Liga title during his managerial career, Xavi represents both experience and prestige. To many, he appears tailor-made for the challenge of restoring glory to Old Trafford. Amorim himself arrived with high expectations, tasked with guiding United into a new era following the departure of Erik ten Hag. Supporters hoped he would instill both discipline and dynamism in a side often accused of lacking identity. However, the reality has fallen far short of such hopes. In 34 matches under his leadership, United have managed to amass only 33 points, a record that places them far below the standards expected of a club with United's pedigree. This dismal return has not only sparked unrest among fans but also prompted pundits and former players to openly question whether Amorim possesses the tactical acumen required to succeed in English football's most demanding environment. To his credit, Amorim has attempted to put on a brave face in the face of mounting criticism. After a recent defeat to Brentford, he insisted he remained unfazed by the speculation surrounding his position. "I never worry about my job. I am not that sort of person. It is not my decision. I will give everything while I am here," he remarked defiantly. Yet those words have done little to quell the growing belief that his days in charge may be numbered. Whispers of discontent within the dressing room and disillusionment among the fanbase only serve to intensify the scrutiny. It is against this backdrop that Xavi's interest comes into sharper focus. According to respected journalist Fabrizio Romano, the Spaniard has been closely monitoring the Premier League for some time and is open to embracing the challenge of managing in England should the opportunity present itself. Few could dispute Xavi's pedigree. Over the course of his playing career, he made more than 700 appearances for Barcelona, winning countless honours, including 4 Champions League titles. As a manager, he has already demonstrated his capability by guiding Barca to a league triumph, reaffirming his reputation as both a thinker and a leader. For Manchester United, the notion of Xavi at the helm represents both risk and promise. On the one hand, his managerial career is still in its early chapters. On the other, his footballing philosophy and aura of authority could provide the clarity and vision currently missing at Old Trafford.